Hey y'all, it's Heather. It's time for our monthly safety video. I will continue to do this. It's the best way to get the same message out to all of you in the same way. So with that being said, hope everybody's doing well. Things are good here in Greensboro. I will share my file. All right, so March 2017 safety. We are going to be talking about several things today, so we're going to skip on over to the first slide, and the first slide is incident reporting reminder. I know Chris sent out an email earlier, so I just wanted to kind of touch base on that as well. Always tell your OM if something happened on the job, even if you think it's very insignificant, you think you're going to be okay, verbally talk to him about it and then follow up via email. Everybody gets busy. There's 500 million things being thrown at us on a daily basis. So verbally just let them know, hey, I bumped my elbow. I think I'm going to be okay. I feel fine. I just wanted to let you know. And then follow up via email. Let them know when it happened, where it happened, what exactly happened. Because, if it's not documented, it didn't happen, right? So just to make everything a little bit easier, a little bit smoother for everybody, I don't want 2 weeks later something to happen and you come in and you say, you know what, remember 2 weeks ago I told you I hurt my elbow. Now it's still bothering me. I think I probably need to go to the doctor. We want to protect you. If in the event it turns into a workers' comp claim, we have to make sure that it was reported and documented. So just keep that in mind. Any little thing that happens, just please let your manager know and follow up with an email. And on that note, 0 incidents so far for 2017. We're doing a great job. Thanks for being safe. I think there's a few things we've talked about before that really help us keep that number at 0. We need to continue to report our near misses and hazards. Take 2 and identify 3. I've switched that up a little bit, so we're going to talk about that. And there's always a safer way to do it, even if you think there's not. Collaborate with the rest of your technicians, your manager, maybe some safety folks at a customer site. Hopefully, through all that process, we can find a safer way to do it. So take 2, identify 3. We've been doing take 2 for a while, and then we decided we were going to add those 3 lines onto the work order. We're going to call those identify 3. So just to kind of go through that and explain it a little bit and make sure everybody knows what the process is, I want to talk a little bit about that. So a hazard is a potential source of harm. So anything that you encounter on that job, anything that you think could cause you harm, that's going to be a hazard. So when you get to the job, you're going to do your take 2. You're going to take a few moments. You're going to look around, above, under. Is there a noise? Is there odor? Is there air quality problems? You're going to look at all those things and identify your hazards. You're going to pick 3 of those hazards, probably the most 3 significant, riskiest hazards that could cause you harm. Those 3 things you're going to document on your work order. But you're not going to stop there. You're not going to check your boxes and write your 3 hazards, and you're just going to move on and do the job. At that point, after you've identified those 3 hazards and you've documented them on your work order, you're going to ask yourself, what am I going to do so that I don't get hurt? I know what my hazards are. I know what the risks are. What am I going to do personally to make sure I don't get hurt? Maybe it's I need to talk to the safety manager. Maybe I need to stop this job completely. It's that unsafe. Maybe I need to call my manager and let them know that I really need some help. And maybe it could be as simple as if I wear my steel toe boots and my hard hat, I'm good to go. But make sure that you're going through these processes. Make sure that you take 2, that you identify 3, and that you eventually prevent all, because that's what's going to keep you from getting hurt. And you're going to do that on every single job, even if you go to that job several times. Maybe you go there every 30 days. Something could change every 30 days. That hazard that you identify could be different. So keep it up. I had pulled a couple of work orders and saw that those 3 things had not always been, were not always being documented. So I just want to kind of wanted to review what that was there for and why we're doing it and the purpose of it. All right, Monday morning briefs. We had talked about that on our TTF call in February. I think I told you last month that we were going to be doing that. So I want to talk a little bit about that. But first, I wanted to spotlight Monday morning brief that I got from Kingsport. We always get something interesting and funny from Chris Testerman. So I probably will start spotlighting these each month. I will spotlight a branch each month. So keep them coming. And I'm just going to read this out loud for you. I thought about the purpose of these meetings over the weekend and decided that we aren't covering all of our bases. Sometimes these meetings are meant to be positive reinforcement. Listening to hazards and horror stories all the time can start to be overwhelming. With that in mind, I thought I'd talk about the things we have been doing well in Kingsport. I have been fortunate to work with quite possibly the most safe crew that I have ever been around here in Kingsport. I have seen each and every technician use caution when approaching a job. It seems like the first questions that we ask when we are attacking a problem are safety related. Examples of this are when installing a belt scale, everyone looks for tie-off points for the harnesses and good access to the work area. When installing a truck scale, everyone looks for the least invasive and most appropriate way to jack up a scale to put cells under it. When we work with suspended loads, everyone covers all the safety checklists and procedures prior to the lift. Even down to the PPE, John always makes sure we are supplied with everything we need for protection, and we police ourselves on wearing it when necessary. These are a few small examples of a much larger picture. I'm proud of the work we do here, and I feel lucky that the guys here work in a safe way. In candid conversations, safety sometimes gets a bad reputation as overreaching or obtrusive, but when the chips are down, the guys here in Kingsport do a fantastic job of staying safe at work. And here's the funny part. Now, please don't get your hand caught on a pinch point and lose a finger. You'll regret it, and I'll look like an idiot for saying we do a good job. No, you guys do a good job. And the reason I wanted to spotlight this is because hopefully all of you out there feel this way about your branches. Hopefully you're doing these same things and you feel like you're working with a safe crew and you feel comfortable and that your manager takes care of you and gets you the things that you need, and help your branch to be the best branch that it can be and the most safe branch that it can be. And then I wanted to talk quickly about the email that I sent out earlier today about the Monday morning briefs. After the TTF call, or during the TTF call, they were supposed to find better ways to make the Monday morning briefs more exciting, less mundane. And the consensus was that if we had somebody specifically each week responsible for that, then it would hopefully they'd be more prepared and it would go a little bit smoother. So that's why the email says there will be a safety tech each week. More than likely that will be your on-call tech. That way you know who it is every week and there's no guessing. That person's going to be responsible for your meeting, that Monday morning brief. If they have not got any examples from you guys, things to talk about Monday, then they may want to have something in their back pocket to pull out to talk about. And then they're also going to be the ones to submit the email to Chris, Nell, and myself as to what was discussed. That person's also going to kind of be your safety encourager for the week. They're going to make sure that the shop is clean and tidy, that the heavy duty test truck is clean and tidy. If there's a safety meeting that week, then you're doing the fire inspection, fire extinguisher inspections, and you're doing the sniffer calibrations. You're just kind of the safety encourager for the week. Work together. This is not supposed to be a time gouger. If for some reason you get really caught up for the week, just communicate with each other, help each other out. This is a group effort. Everybody's going to have a piece of the pie. Everybody's going to be doing this. You're going to be rotating this on a weekly basis. So help each other out. And this is kind of to help each other, help hold each other more accountable, and be a little bit more transparent with each other as to what's going on and who needs to maybe step it up a little bit and who's doing things well. So again, work together. Does not need to be a time cruncher. Do these things when you have time. Maybe you're back at the shop a little early. you have time to maybe do those things. You're not expected to clean up after everybody and do everything that week. Okay. Any questions on that? Let us know. Talk to your manager. It's tool inspection time. This month, the tape color is red. These are going to be the things that you're going to be inspecting. Your manager will have this tool inspection form. They also have tool inspection procedures if you need to see that. We are hearing from some of our customers that, MSHA customers, that maybe there's something a little bit more that we're supposed to be doing with tool inspections. We are researching that. We're trying to gather some information, and we will get back to you if we find out we need to be doing something differently. The online training that you will be doing this month is going to be tool safety, so look for that in your email. All right, so way better quality. I did the 17025 training. That all went very well. I really appreciate your time. And remember that 17025 states that we have a written quality system in place and that we have trained and competent technicians. So when you see that logo stamped on the calibration report, that's what it signifies. And I have here a little graph of our test results. As you can see, most everybody kind of got in the middle range. We do have some on the low end and then some on the high end, which is probably typical for test results. So we do have some opportunities to improve, and we knew that, and we know that more training is coming. So we're going to use those tests to determine what training needs to be next and what areas we need to fill in the gaps. Witness audits are coming, as I told you in the training. Be reviewing your Handbook 44 tables. Get out your new technical manual. Be reviewing that. Again, like I said in the meetings, is the goal is to have you comfortable with doing these procedures every day, not just so much for 17025 calibration. That when an audit comes, proficiency testing comes, that you are comfortable and confident and you feel like that trusted advisor to your customers, and that there's really no change between a 17025 calibration and a non-17025 calibration. Proficiency testing is coming with Kirk in April, so just get your handbooks out and get your manual out and just start reviewing those when you have time. We're going to be also talking about, we talked a little bit about last month, but there's new procedures for pre and post trips for Carlton Scale. During a post trip is when you're supposed to document any defects, not during the pre-trip. So we're going to clarify all that, get our workflows better in order. Once a defect is found, your managers have procedures that they will follow to make sure the heavy-duty test truck is repaired, and all of that information, we just have a better procedure and process for that. So if you're a heavy-duty test truck driver, please make sure that you watch the DVIR video as well. I didn't want to bore everybody with another video. So questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Heather W. at carltonscale.com. Thanks so much, and I will talk to you guys in April.